Jesus, Abuse and Embarrassment. Many of us have become acquainted with the name Jesus Christ by hearing it used as a swear word. Here's a man who has the largest group of followers on planet Earth, and his name is most familiar to us as a term of abuse. Just mention the name of Jesus either in the East or the West, and it's a sure thing that everyone will stop. Most folks are embarrassed by his name, and some are downright hostile. There are some who are deeply in love with Jesus, but always the reaction to his name is pretty immediate. This certainly doesn't happen when you mention Buddha, or Mohammed, or Lenin. No one uses their names as a swear word, and no one gets too hot and bothered when they hear their names being spoken about. While it's hard to understand the use of Christ's name as a swear word, it is an odd recognition that this man is different. Dr. James Allen Francis captures the heart of why Jesus is different in a short piece called One Solitary Life.
You know, we're all so familiar with the story of Christ that I think perhaps we tend to forget how truly remarkable it is in its simplicity. There was a man born of Jewish parents in an obscure village. The child of a peasant woman, he grew up in another obscure village. And he worked in a carpenter shop until he was 30. And then for 3 years, he was an itinerant preacher. He never wrote a book, he never held office, he never owned a home, he never had a family. He never went to college, and he never put his foot inside a big city. He never traveled 200 miles from the place where he was born. He never did any of the things that usually accompany greatness. And while still a young man, the tide of popular opinion turned against him. His friends ran away, and he was turned over to his enemies. He went through the mockery of a trial, and his executioners gambled for the only piece of property he had, his coat. And when he was dead, he was taken down and laid in a borrowed grave. 19 wide centuries have come and gone, and today he is the centerpiece of much of the human race. All the armies that ever marched and all the navies that were ever built, and all the parliaments that ever sat, and all the kings that ever reigned, put together, have not affected the life of man upon earth as powerfully as this one solitary life.